This is going to be your serial data wire. This runs to your OBD2 port. On your OBD2 port, you're going to run this green wire to pin number 2 on that plug for your OBD2. All right, moving on. You're going to need to add a wire in the spot of pin 42 if you're running electric fans. That's going to be your fan 1 relay control. So you'll need to have this to where you can get, if you have a manual fan on your computer or your vehicle, you can have it programmed to where your temperatures will kick on and kick off at a certain time. You need them to kick on when your air conditioner turns on, but this is your fan 1 control relay. Flip it over here. All right. Over here, you've got pin number 33. It's a purple wire. This is your TCC, your torque converter brake switch. When you smack your brakes, it lets your computer know that, hey, they've hit the brakes. You'll notice a difference in your RPM when you hit brakes. I tied this wire underneath of my my brake pedal on my son's truck on the C10. This is a negative ground wire. Do not try to hook it up to a positive. Do more research on that for yourself, though. Don't take my word for that. And that is it. Now, what we're fixing to do is we're going to start working on the portion of the fuse block where we're going to turn it into a new fuse panel. This whole plug right here will get done away with. A lot of these wires we'll use, a lot of them we also won't use. All right, guys, continuing with this. I've got all these labeled. This is your C2 block. This is going to be your C152 block. This is your C100 block. This one is your C153 block. This is for four-wheel drive. All it basically does is switches it, you know, like from your axle, low range signal, stuff like that. So what we've done is following the chart on lt1swap.com is I went through, as you can see, all this tape. I've labeled all of these wires. These are wires that you're going to run to a new fuse block that you're going to build. They either get 12 volt key power, which means when your key turns on, it sends power to these, or they'll get a constant 12 volt, which means it stays hot all the time with truck off or anything. What I've done is I've labeled them. I'll take the liberty of reading these labels real quick for you. First off, you got two wires. It's a constant 12 volt. They're orange. Most of the time, your constant 12 volt wires are going to be orange. Your key powered wires, your 12 volt keyed, are going to be pink. So, anyhow, constant 12 volt, that's going to be B8. And you're probably wondering, well, B8, what do you mean? I don't know if I can zoom this in or if you can see this. You probably can't. But there are, let me see if you can see that. You probably can't, but let me grab one. It's similar to this. You'll get what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. You see the letters through there? You got A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so that's your rows right there. Then down here, you'll have numbers on the side. 1, 2, let's see if it'll focus. You see those? 3, 4. They're a little faint. They're hard to see, but you can see them. All through here. So you've basically got A through F, 1 through 12. Now you know what I'm talking about. So back to these. You have a constant 12 volt that is going to be B8. All you're going to do Come down here close to your fuse block, right here. I label every one of these, and you should too. You're going to snip it. Then you'll just take that, you're going to pull it out. So forth and so on. I'm not going to snip them on camera, you know, because it'll slow down the process. Anyhow, we have E12 coils 1, 3, 5, 7, 12 volt key powered. We have injectors 5 and 7, 12 volt key powered. That is D10, as in dog. Next we have injectors 2 and 4, 12 volt keyed. C12. E7, injectors 6 and 8, 12 volt keyed powered. Coils 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 volt key powered. E6. E2, this is your transmission and PCM, 12 volt key powered. C10, injectors 1 and 3, 12 volt key powered. F2, PCM transmission solenoids, 12 volt key powered. C11, PCM memory, 12 volt key powered. And C4, your mass airflow, 12 volt key powered. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through here and cut these out, and then we'll come back. Hey guys, just wanted to put this in here real quick. Whenever I said you're going to have a couple of wires in here that's labeled, one of them is your TCC brake, and the other one is your pin 58. It's your serial data, goes to your OBD2 port. The TCC brake is pin 33. Both of those wires are going to run over here to your C100 block. They'll be tied up with a yellow wire, but you got your green and your purple. You'll take both of those, clip them out of the C100 block, and it goes all the way back to that. Alright, so there we go. I've got all the wires that come from the PCM completely taken out of the harness. Also, the wires that we had on these 3 plugs over here, the C100, the C2, and I believe 153 and 154, 4 plugs. We've got all that. These are all going to go to your new fuse block that you're going to create. These are just, this is your ground. This will be a main ground that goes to your battery. This one is your oil signaling unit. That'll go to your oil gauge. But we're going to swap that out. We'll discuss that later down the road. Out of your PCM, you'll have a bunch of wires. These are all to control your gauges and stuff like that. Some of your gauges. Let me get some of this undone. Like this right here, like I said earlier, this is your tach. Then you've got your VSS wire. That's your speed. Then you've got your check engine light. Remember, that's a ground wire, not a hot wire. Then you've got your, this is your fuel pump relay. Then you've got your fan 2. That's all off of one PCM, or yeah, PCM plug. Then off your other PCM plug, I believe this is the red one. I could be wrong, but anyhow, you're gonna have these 2 pink wires here. They're ran up along this harness. Comes out right here with this. That's going to supply your memory to your computer. These 2 orange ones, they also come up through here. And if you can see, I've got them right here. That'll go to your computer, or to your fuse block rather, I'm sorry. Then we've got TCC. This is going to run to your brake pedal. I've got a video, I believe, on my YouTube channel of when I done my son's, how I hooked it up. If not, look me up on Facebook. I've got some information on there, I'm pretty sure. Then this one, we added a pin here. That's for your fan 1 control. And then this is your serial data port. One of the wires here. Other than that, guys, you want to try to keep it taped up a little bit, because if not, it's going to get a mess. So try to keep the same form of the harness. As you can see, I've got it draped down. I've also got it draped down over here. You see tape here because for some reason I didn't realize it, but they cut the 2 wires that goes to the alternator plug. So I've got a plug for it. I'm just going to solder a new one on it and be done with that. Here is the mess that came out of it. It's going to be quite a bit. You're going to think, oh my goodness, what am I doing? But, don't panic. Just continue working away on it. Trust me, if you do it right, you'll be happy. If you do it wrong, you'll be chasing a nightmare. You'll have a safety neutral switch on the side of your transmission where the shifter goes, or it comes out of the transmission rather. You've got a little plug right there. Let me just zoom in. Here, let me hold it. You've got a little plug right here. This is one of your safety neutral plugs. They are usually a pain in the butt to get out. They usually glue them in there. But anyhow, you got this one, and you'll also have, let me see, where did it go? Well, I thought I said right here. This is your other one. You're going to eliminate this big one. Some people leave it in there, some people don't, but I eliminated it on my son's, so I eliminated it on this one also. As you can see, that is not wet. That's glue. For some strange reason, they glue that in there. I guess because of the oils and stuff like that down there, but golly, they are a pain to get out. Anyhow, we're about to get these wires on your fuse block. You're going to tie some of these together and run to a single fuse. So let me get some of these ends stripped down and then we'll come back. Hey guys, real quick, I'm going to show you here. This is the style of a fuse box that I'm going to be using. As you can see, it's got 5 spots right here for relays. And then here's my fuses over here. Real quick, I'm going to give you a rundown of how I'm going to wire my relay for my key on power source. This is for everything that needs power when I turn that key on. Alright, we're going to start. Act like this middle prong is not here. We're not going to use it. That's 87A. We will not use it. So, what we're going to start with is 87. This is going to go, what we're going to start with, we'll start at the bottom. As you can see, this is pin 30. This is going to be your main power wire. You need to run this wire to the positive side of your battery. Okay, so you're going to run a hot wire to this. 85 is over here. This needs to go to a ground. This is your ground source. 86 is over on this side. This is your incoming power. For the way I'm going to wire mine up is I'm going to use the old distributor wire from my truck. That way when I turn my key on, I know that it's going to put power to this. This is my key on power, so I want it only to have power when I turn that key on. 87, this is going to run to the key on power side of my fuse box. So when I turn my key on, this is going to send power to everything that I have fused for my injectors, my coils, my MAF, stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you a real quick rundown of how I'm wiring mine.